Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL. All right, back at you another episode to check this out. We check out all sorts of decks here on the good old yugioh Pro. So today, everybody, we're taking a look at the Giants Ballpark. A very fancy little field spell here that allows you to swarm the board with lots of insect players and go for game from there. We can do lots of damage with this card, set up giant boards, things of that nature. We have a pretty straightforward deck today. We're combining ourselves with the Tenyis for a little bit of a plan B action, have our ace in the hole, some might say. And we're going to be trying to go out swinging and hitting our opponent real hard with the giant ballpark, summoning out some big old insects, and having ourselves a good time. So, real quick, we're going to go over the list of cards we'll be using, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we got 3 each of the Shiny Black Sea and the Insect Knight as our main beaters. We have a couple copies of the Killer Needle as a fancy tech card here. Helps like set around Fluwanderees and the like. 3 copies of Tenyi Vishuddha, 2 copies of Tenyi Nahata, and 3 Tenyi Sathana as our Tenyi package. We have triple Gokapole. That's a card that allows us to pop our opponent's cards and the like. We have ourselves Harpy's Feather Duster for Harpy's Feather Duster needs. We have 3 copies of Vessel for searching out our Tenyis. 1 Pot of Avarice to recover all of our normie monsters. We have Terraforming, because Field Spell is king. We have Monster Reborn and Call of Grave. 3 Demise of the Land, because again, the field is king. We have 2 Pierce the Darkness for lots of draw power. We have a Gigantic Ballpark, which is our, of course, main card. 3 Skill Drain in order to stop giant board makers, and a couple Fists of the Tenyi as our 1 negate. As for the extra deck, we have ourselves Owl Mirage, Linky Stinky Spider, 2 copies of Monk of Tenyi, a Masquerena. We have a Picafalena for more recovery if we need it. We have a Nightmare Unicorn to go with our Masquerena if need be. We have the Draco Masters for popping lots of cards our opponent controls. We have 2 Berserker as our secondary sort of boss monster sort of thing. We have ourselves Access Code Talker for our be-all end-all man. We have Gaga Cowboy to finish off a lingering opponent. We have this Magic Key dude, which does things if he's using normal monsters as exceeds materials. Baguska as an emergency in case we need it, don't have anything else kind of card. And Double A Zeus to turn Baguska into the Double A Zeus, so they don't have to sit on a floodgate too long. So, as for the side deck, a lot of things for the side deck. I wanted to keep it nice and simple, but you can make this deck completely ridiculous if you want. Case in point, Gokibor. It's exactly the same stat line as the Killer Needle, but it's also Earth, so you can combine it with things like Tenyi Spirit Adhara. Start with a tool with that Sharia Beast. It's pretty fancy. I'm mostly just running Needle in case of Fluwanderees and Floodgators, but if you don't feel like you're going to run into that, I would recommend the Gokibor and maybe a copy or 2 of Adhara and that 1 beast. And if you're going to have a level 1 tuner and all these level 4s, might as well throw in something fancy like Trish. There's also Appaloosa the Bruiser. I don't usually want to use everything for just more negates, but if you feel the need, go right ahead for an Appaloosa. I prefer Beatdown, but this works just as well. If you want more draw power, there's White Elephant's Gift. You can ditch a normie monster to draw 2 cards. That's pretty nice. We'll run a copy or 2 of that one. There's also more Pot of Avarice if you feel like you need even more recovery, but we run enough recovery. I feel that you don't always need more Pot of Avarice, but if you get into a grind game, you might want to have a second one on hand. You also have things like Foolish Burial, dump a Tenyi, dump a Gokipole, set things up. And since Field Spell is so important, you could run also Set Rotation. Makes it a little faster than Demise to get your Field Spell. However, you need to run another Field Spell in the deck, and while I would recommend things like Seal or Closed Forest, those cards become a brick if you draw into them. So it's give and take. It's give and take. There's also things like the Supernatural Danger Zone. You summon a normie, you can pop a card. This is also pretty nice if you feel like you don't need to draw as much. This is something you can also run. It's all optional things. As well, Metaverse, again, Field Spell is king. And lastly, there's Tyrant's Throes. An interesting card. You contribute 2 normies. Neither player can summon anything that is not a normie. The only problem with this card, of course, being that we have non-normie monsters, so it's a difficult thing. But you could run this if you really felt like giving it a shot. But be warned that if you get locked into it, you will die horribly. So take that as you will. So there's the deck we'll be using today. Let's go ahead and the yugioh Pro, show this deck off, show you how it works, and we'll have ourselves a good time. Let's go with play ball. Alrighty, our first opponent, another day, another card game. We want to go first to go second with this deck. This is very much one of those decks where we like to set things up and then go for broke. This opening hand, it's not a great opening hand, to be honest. I don't have my field spell, which would have been very nice, but I don't. I can certainly, let me think, if I make Al Mirage and I get something. It won't be perfect, but I got something. We're gonna make Al Mirage using Gokapole here. This guy sent to the grave by whatever means. He ditches a monster, or rather he adds one to your hand, I should say. And if it's a normie, you can summon it. And I'll go ahead and get Squatter, summon out of a Squatter, and then I can pop a card. Obviously, I don't want to do that right now because it's the first turn. I don't want to pop my own things. But we'll end our turn. It's very castle-y right now. We've got, once we get the field spell, things will be better. You know, we run 3 fields, 3 searchers, 4 searchers. Every once in a while, you won't have everything, but you know what? We got stuff. I mean, I've got the Negat. I've got the Negat of everything my opponent could love. So we're going to go ahead and do his skill drain. Be like, only normie monsters allowed. And we'll go ahead and use Al Mirage 2 just in case. You know, Al Mirage is going to lose his effect anyway. Might as well have him do his job. That way, Mr. Squatter survives. He survives. He can't be destroyed by card effects. What's my opponent going to do? Can he use Galaxy Wizard? What does this even do? Tribute this card, add a Galaxy card. I mean, he can still certainly make some big monsters. I cannot deny the facts. It's going to be the tricky thing with this particular duel. Galaxy Eyes with the new Kuriboh, who is a thing. That is a thing indeed. What does this even do? Opponent wants to first attack, discard this card, summon a Photon Dragon. Then you can attach this card as a material. A Photon or Galaxy would be destroyed. Banish this card instead. Well, it's a very great Galaxy card for sure. Not much of a Kuriboh. He's definitely more of the Dark Magician Kuriboh variety of Kuriboh, but cannot deny, 'tis Kuriboh. Alright, so what is this guy doing now? Photon Emperor is on the board. Alright. Let me think about this here. So if I summon Killer Needle, I can use Vessel. Okay, let's give this a shot in the dark. So we'll summon Killer Needle. If you're wondering why Needle, again, this is in case Fluwanderees, you know, if you're up against Fluwanderesians or something, and your opponent tries to just, like, say no to everything, and this helps. So, we're gonna, let's see, I don't know if I can make everything in the world. I can ditch Vishuda, get to Thana at least, and then that's something. It is a nice little bit of something. So do I want to bounce this? No. I think I'm still okay. I'm gonna beat over the Emperor though. I could, you know, bounce the Thrasher, but he can just summon back the Thrasher. I'd rather have him run into me. Sorry, Kuriboh, you had to die. Even though you're still gonna use your effect to protect this thing, I just realized. Oh hey, I actually allowed Caesar, Photon Emperor, whatever his name today. Interesting. I was not expecting him to allow that. I mean, he had the ability to save it. Maybe he's saving that for later. All right. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Al Mirage. I could bring Al Mirage back. Let's use Al Mirage. Use Sathana. That way we'll get 2 monsters for the price of 1. Be like, hello. Attempt to destroy Photon and Thrasher. Thanks to Sathana. Okay, that'll bait out the Kuriboh. Good. I don't have to fight my own brother. Actually, is Galaxy Kuriboh my brother or my son? Good question. Anyway, Oh, hey, Squatter, you're back. Very nice. Let me think about this. If I get Goki Pole... Yeah, let's make Goki Pole. Let's make... Where is Mascarena? Yeah. Okay, so we'll make ourselves Mascarena. Goki Pole will get us another monster. Good thing about Skill Drain, it does not stop the things in your graveyard. So let's get Insect Knight. Summon this boy out here, and this is still bigger than I am. So I can still destroy it. That's the thing about Goki Pole. You have to destroy something that's bigger than the monster you search. Which can be difficult, but... Yeah, that's another reason we have the Killer Needle. Because he is rather small. And now we have Berserker, and he will keep the effect of indestructibility. Very nice. That way I don't have to worry about being destroyed by things. So we should be in a pretty solid position here. Yeah, I know. I've got a Berserker. He's a big boy. I've got my Insect Knight. I can bounce things with a Vashuda. That's about it right now. That's about it right now, but that is still something. It's just something. Almirage is still in the graveyard. He can come back when my monsters get destroyed. I have 2 different attributes for Access Code Talker that I'm not going to be playing right at the moment. You played another one of these. Yeah, I guess next time it's time for Who Says Karibos Can't Win. It will be Galaxy Eyes. I mean, come on and put a Karibo in this deck. So I guess I'll have to do it. I mean, it counts. Karibo's in there. He's doing stuff for the deck. Which is good, because the last Photon Karibo was terrible. So, looks like Galaxy is a superior archetype to Photon. Confirmed. Oh, hey! Giants Ballpark. I can finally do the thing I was trying to do. Yeah, okay. So, let's do that. Let's attack with our Insect Knight. At the very least, you'll get to see how this works. I negate the damage. And all my boys... come to the field. What was the baseball... comment in the comments. What's the baseball name, the team name of these guys? What would you call their teams? The Shiny Black Sea Squatters. Are they just the Black Squatties? Is that name slightly racist? I don't know, but what else would you call them? Just the Rangers? The Ballpark Rangers? That's actually not that bad. Okay. So there's the basic idea of this deck. We're trying to set up our giant ballpark a little later than intended, but we get ourselves the skill drain, don't have to worry about no big board makers, and we have ourselves our slugger, our good old slugger. So there you go for first duel. Let's go for second duel, see if we can find different opponents. There's probably going to be a lot of people playing Galaxy Eyes today because there's, new stuff. That's how it is on EDO Pro, but we'll see what other decks we can take on. See what other things we can make. Try to make Access Code Talk or other things of the like. So let's go for Duel 2. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Don't get to pick this time, but such things happen. We can go second as too. That's the nice thing. We can go first or second. We do prefer to go first. Obviously, especially with a hand like this one. But we do have the option at least going second. Branded. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm fair, this is either going to go one of 2 ways. Okay? Either my opponent makes Dragoon, and I become very sad, or he makes Masquerade Dragon, which I'm slightly okay with, because that's not as bad. Could be a lot worse. What is he going to make? Okay, so we banish those 2. Ice Jade Dragon. Because banish, it only banishes monsters. Okay. That's not too bad. It could be a lot worse. Banish this card, summon a light spellcaster. Okay, maybe I think he just summoned that to have it on the board, more or less. I don't think there's a purpose to the effect Veiler, or maybe there is. Maybe he will defend this effect Veiler with his life. We don't know. But I got Killer Needle. You might wonder why Killer Needle in this situation and not Squatter. Because I want him to just have no idea what I'm trying to do. I'm basically just trying to psych my opponent out. Beat over the effect veiler. Will it work? Yeah, that wasn't that bad. I was expecting to put up more of a fight. All right, that'll work just fine. Let me think. If I make Link Spider, he's almost guaranteed to kill it. But if he doesn't kill it, I could make a Link 2. And I could pick up Falena, which doesn't help me in any meaningful way. So I'm just gonna end my turn. I'll end my turn, and we'll see what he's up to. I mean, he certainly has this ice shit. Ugh, hiccups. I got no water. That's okay, I'll figure it out. So, Pot of the Extravagant, he doesn't care about his extra deck past this thing, presumably. And what he's going to do with it, we don't know until we find out. Alright, so another branded fusion. I'm surprised he can still fuse after banishing half of his extra deck, but, you know, luck of the draw be on him, I suppose. What are you making? Just another Albion. Okay. Let's hit him up with the Demise of the Land. Get our field spell going. That way we have that all again. And skill drain it. Because I don't trust what this guy's doing. I don't trust him. Alright, so we'll activate our Giant's Ballpark. No more monster effects. No Ice Jade Dragon, although this thing does something during the end phase. If it leaves the board, it does something bad. And it can still use its effect, it just gets negated. Let's see. Does this do something if it's sent to the graveyard? It's such a wall of text. I don't think it does. I mean, if it does something, I got caught by the grave, so I'm not that worried about it. Not really. So he'll attack into my Killer Needle. That's totally fine and you dandy. Go ahead and use Giant's Ballpark. Negate the damage. And let's send Insect Knight. Why the heck not? Let's get some boys on the board. Get some defense. Get some nice defense going. I really need some Fauna or Nahata right now. Those would be best, because then I can make Berserker and have him able to run stuff over. That would be the plan. And let's see, I got Shiny Black Squatter. I can do many a thing. Many a thing is open. That's the nice thing about... Ooh, hello. So that's the thing where the opponent makes the... destroy everything during the end phase. Okay. So let's... Go ahead and bounce this. Just bounced Mirror Jade Dragon. That way he just is not an issue. Does he activate? Nope. Very good. So we'll summon out the shiny Squatter Boy. And we're going to make Masquerena. Hello. Masquerena is just a great card for Tenyis in general. Well, just, you know, because of the Tenyi, he has no effect. He can't be negated. But he gains the inherited effect. So that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and beat over Albion. I'll be seeing you later. I'll be seeing you. That's a terrible one. Oh. Okay, so he has a hand trap of his own. It's negated, but he can't destroy me anyway. Okay. How many monsters do I have in the graveyard? I have many monsters in the graveyard. Let's go ahead. Let's get back our monsters. Our boys have been good to us. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Needle, I don't really need you. I kind of would prefer Masquerena, to be honest. Probably could have just kept her in the grave for, you know, making other things, but I think that was a good idea. I'd say that was an okay idea. I mean, I've got Nahata. Things are better. I've got my hand trap. All's good in the hood. So the question is, what can my opponent do, barring having Spell Trap Destruction? Not much. I mean, he does have some fusions that are about the size of Berserker, but he's going to have to do a loop-to-loop to make them. Although, you know, he still has his branded fusion, and I'm pretty sure there's like a bunch of other spell traps of his that can do fusions. So it's not like he's out of options. Okay, send that to grave, set card. But if he doesn't put this in defense mode, that pretty much tells us this is some sort of battle trap. Okay, it's probably not a battle trap. More than likely is one of the fusion spells, though. Let's see here. I should save that. Just in case. You know? I'm not just gonna willy-nilly Vishuda. I'd rather him make something large first, and then I Vishude. You know, you don't want to just willy-nilly, especially if this is a fusion spell, or trap, or whatever it is. Because if it is, then he'll just, you know, fuse into me, and that's bad. You play this game long enough, you know, sometimes you gotta hold your cards. You know? That's why it's called the hand and not the floor. If it was the floor, then you're just throwing your cards on the floor. But it's called the hand. You gotta hold on to your cards in your hand. Gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them, if you know what I mean. Canadian. Was not expecting Canadians, but okay. Of a Canadian strike. Okay, that is absolutely fine. Let's hedge our bets, banish the Albion, so he gets no searching. Oh. Wait, that was negated, though. Does that still do anything? Apparently it does. Okay, well, I still feel, I mean, if I had left Albion, he would have gotten something. I really don't want him to just willy-nilly get something if I can help it. Fallen of Elbez attempting to fuse with me, but is negat. So that's not how that works, my friend. If you had Super Poly, that would work. But it doesn't work like that. Okay, so he has Black Dragon and White Dragon in the grave. That's pretty nifty. But that doesn't help him too much. Alright, we should be pretty good. Ooh. More Tenyis. Pretty brutal, let me tell you. So let's put Sathana in the grave. Adder of the Nahada. Why not? And we're pretty much just gonna go for broke from there. I mean, I don't really think. If I normal summon Nahada, yeah, why not? I don't see a reason not to summon Nahada. I mean, we're gonna go attack into the Fallen Boy. And I could weaken him, but that would be complete waste of a Nahada. So we're gonna send our shiny boy and summon all the shiny boys. Our ballpark squaddies take the field. Batter up. It's been so long since I've seen an actual baseball game. I don't remember all the lingo. It's been, I have seen baseball games. I have been to many. Take me out to the ball game and all that. It's been a while, though. Also, none of the players looked like Power Rangers, so maybe that's one of the reasons I haven't been to a game in so long. But there you go. There's a nice, clean OGK. Thanks to our boy, the Skill Drain. You know, you set it up enough, you can OGK with this deck. You need a little bit, but you get it going, there you go. There's an OTK for you. So there's a good duel against the branded. Again, Skill Drain is just really toxic to a lot of decks that require monsters with effects. You don't need effects when you have enough numbers, and my monsters have lots and lots of numbers. So let's go ahead for one more duel and try real hard to go for Cowboy. Now up to bat, we've got player 21. Let's play ball. I don't know if Ella can hear me when I do that, but there you go. We're doing the baseball thing. Alrighty, so we're going second. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a going second hand. I'm good with that. Alright, what are we up against? Furries. It's not actually furries, but I have no idea what this archetype. This is the new thing. Purery. How do you pronounce that? Purery. How did it do? It's like they took Melfi's and took all their dignity and turned it into this. I don't know how this archetype works. I don't know anything about them. Pay 500 life points to reveal 3 Purery from the deck. Your opponent randomly picks one. Shuffle the rest of the deck. It'll be Purery. Leaves field because of my opponent's card. Add up to 3 Purery. Quick play spell. So this is kind of like the Rescue Ace archetype in that they focus on just a ridiculous amount of spell trap searching and stuff. I guess. I presume that they've got like a whole bunch of weird stuff. Why does that thing look familiar to me? Oh, I swear I've seen something in social media, and like there's been a mascot character that looks like this thing before. I cannot place it. It's not Pikachu. I know that much. Oh, but for the life of me, I can't think of who this reminds me of. But he looks so weirdly familiar. Also, my opponent made an Exceeds monster, which is just Espeon or something. Was that what this is? No, it's not Eevee. Is it? It kind of looks like Eevee. A little bit. I mean, it's got like the fur and the tail and the ears. I'm just saying it kind of looks like an Eevee. It's like a very anime Eevee. Like, normal Eevee doesn't look that anime. But this thing does. Tells it, oh, it's splites. Okay. I thought this was just straightforward stuff, but no, it's an elf. It's an elf. What does this do? Opponent cannot target monsters accompanied with card effect. During the main phase, target a level 2 or lower dude in the grave. Opponent controls a monster, target a rank 2, summon it. Okay. Indeed. Cannot target Purery. What? Oh, it's just protected Purery's. Something protected the Purery's. I didn't notice what it was. Regardless, let's just keep doing things. So, let's see. Well, luckily, I pretty much have like the hand to like break this guy's knees. Not gonna lie, folks, I've got a pretty busted hand. So let's summon out the Insect Knight. And let's see, during the main phase, target a dude. And I'm sorry, my friend. This reminds me of the stream I did the other day where I just had this perfect hand to stop my opponent. I felt really bad about it, but it had to be done. So let's go ahead and do the damage. I mean, not with this guy. Insect Knight's cool. But it's time for the Ballpark squatties to do their thing. And, let's see. We'll have like, what, 1,500 life points after this? 35, yeah, 1,500. Okay, so it's not enough for Go. I really wanted to go for Gaga Cowboy. I can, though. We are going to try it. We are going to... I don't mean to dunk on this dude. Don't let anybody think I'm trying to dunk on this dude. But there comes a time in every man's life where a man must attempt to make Gaga Cowboy and go for a game with that. I mean, we've got Giant Needle in our hand. We have to at least give it a shot. All right, there's a nice top deck for you. That's a pretty nice top deck for you, so... I guess he's going to use this one more time. He doesn't really have a reason not to. All right, Tad a Fireman. I didn't even read what this does. Cannot target Purery's with card effects. During the turn they were summoned. If a Purery leaves the field, summon a level 1 Purery from the deck or the grave. During the end phase, target a Purery exceed. Give a quick play onto it. Somebody spoiled their dog rotten. That's worse than what I do to my dog by like magnitudes. What does it even do? Choose a monster in the field. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Discard a card. Summon a Purery from the deck. Purery exceed. Okay, so the exceeds gain effects if they have the quick plays attached as material. Okay, that's an interesting concept for a deck for sure. For sure, that's an interesting one. We'll see if it works or not. I believe he can get that trap card, whatever this does. Does this give him a thing? No. Target a Purery exceed. Summon it in next deck, exceed different rank. So this lets him bring out like the big one. Banish this card from the grave. Target 3 Purerys in the grave. Shuffle the deck. Okay. Interesting. That one looks like the new Pokemon. What's it called again? Thoroughbred? No. Purebred. It's like, it's a bread reference. I can't remember the, it's like, yeast, dough, rising, purebred. I can't remember the name of the damn thing off the top of my head. It's like right there, but it also looks like it's combined with that, that one Pokemon from Gen 5, the Chespin's evolution. Or maybe I'm reading into it too much. What is he doing? No, leave my cards alone. Don't touch my cards. You fiend. Can he just do that any turn he wants? Okay. I don't think he can do that on my turn, which is good. The bad part is he's going to do something else. What is that? It's huge. All right. Lordy, I gotta remember what all these do. So during the turn they were summoned. Okay, so I can do it on my turn. Got it. I just need to hope that I don't get OTK'd here. No, leave my field spell alone. Wow, this guy's a jerk. He stole all my stuff. Well, let me think about this. Oh, what? Don't tell me you get even bigger. What, you gonna steal my monster, or you just don't destroy me in battle? No, I just take extra damage. Okay, and I think you can attack multiple times. Up to the number of Purery happy memory attached to it, +1. Okay. So I just take a lot of damage. The question is, am I alive? I think. Yes. Am I living? Do I live? Yes. Okay. 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 I'm okay. I'm okay. Am I fine? I'm okay. Oh, now what? Okay, I can't really dunk on him too much because I do that too. I really wish I had Foolish Burial though right now because that would be immeasurably helpful. Because then I could, well, if I top deck Goki Pole. I don't know what I'm doing with my mouth, but okay. Does it really matter what I make here? Because this doesn't destroy or anything, so I'm just gonna make Al Mirage. Screw it. Alright, go forth, Goki Pole. Does that protect itself, right? I don't think it can. Alright, come forth, Killer Needle. Special summon Needle, and he can't interrupt this. Umakachu. Don't tell me you can do something else. Is there something else you can do? Whew, okay, very good. Let me just double check. Cowboys. That's 800 damage. Coward. We had a great duel and you was a wussy. How dare you? I know I was going to dunk on you, but still. Shame on you. Bad dog. Bad dog. Go to the doghouse. You're on timeout. Who even still has doghouse? Anyway, so there's duel number 3. That was an interesting little thing. I have no idea what this guy was trying to do. Other than just making a giant Zeus. But, an interesting idea for a deck. I do like the concept of this deck, if anything else. Maybe not the aesthetics, but I do like the idea. But anyway, let's go ahead for the end screen. Alrighty, everybody at home, the Giants Ballpark. We went out swinging, and we struck them all out. And unfortunately, we didn't get to go for Cowboy. I had to, you know, it was 800 damage. I wanted to double check. I didn't want to look stupid, okay? I didn't want to attack with Needle and then go for this thing and not win the duel, okay? That would have been embarrassing. But, yeah, let's just say, on the down low, we won with Cowboy's effect. Almost. Very nearly. We saw his shadow in the corner of the room. Okay? It's close enough. Anyway, so Giant Ballpark's a very nice deck. You know, you get the field spell going, you just start doing the damage, and it's a nice, fun way to do just lots and lots of damage with a field spell that just has a lot of character to it. You got all these bugs here playing baseball. It's not like other field spells where there's just like no character to it. This one has character. That's what makes it so enjoyable to play. And the Tenyis do help. You know, the Tenyis just help with like the plan B. You're not wholly reliant on the field spell. And it does, you know, we got support for normie monsters. And that's very helpful because we center around those. And, you know, we got to do most everything. I'm glad we didn't really need Zeus or Baguska all that much. I mean, Baguska was there. We needed him a little bit. Never got to show off for Patu, but whatever. That's like every once in a while. But all in all, I'm happy with how the deck turned out. I hope you at home enjoyed seeing some Ballpark action. Thanks for watching. Next time, we're going to be taking a look at another Venom variant. As I said, I would. We definitely need to look at Galaxy Eyes in the future. And I do want to do all those Dark World videos with Infernity and Ojamas. So we're still going to figure out what the hell I'm doing with Ojamas. But regardless, thanks for watching. Your boy Memphis is signing out. I'll see you guys again next time with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. So until then, take care, stay safe, stay happy. Yeah, have a good time.